Once upon a time, high in the mountains, there lived a young monk named Tenzo. His temple sat among the clouds, peaceful and quiet. Tenzo was known throughout the land for his wisdom and gentle heart. People traveled for days just to hear him speak. They would climb the steep mountain path, seeking his guidance. When they reached the temple, Tenzo would share his knowledge with them. His words brought them peace. But there was something strange about Tenzo. He had never left his temple, not once. For 20 years, he had lived within these walls, reading ancient books and meditating in silence. Why? Because Tenzo was afraid. He was afraid that if he went into the world, he would say the wrong thing. He would make mistakes. He would not be wise enough for the people who needed him. So he stayed safe in his temple, surrounded by books and prayers. Tenzo believed he must be perfect before he could truly help others. This was his rule. This was his way of life. "I am not ready," he would tell himself each morning. "I need to learn more. I need to be wiser. I need to understand everything before I can teach anything." When people begged him to visit their villages, to help them with their problems, he would always say the same thing: "Not yet. I must study more. Send me your questions and I will answer them from here." Years passed like flowing water. Tenzo's knowledge grew deeper. His understanding became greater. But something else grew too: his fear. The more he learned, the more he realized how much he didn't know. The more wisdom he gained, the more afraid he became of not being wise enough. He was trapped in his own mind, building walls higher and higher around himself. One autumn day, a terrible sickness came to the valley below. It spread from village to village like wildfire. People were sick. People were dying. Families were broken. Fear filled every heart. The villagers were not just sick in their bodies, they were sick in their spirits. They had lost hope. They had lost faith. They needed someone to guide them through the darkness. The village elder, an old man with tears in his eyes, climbed the mountain path. He was weak and tired, but he kept climbing. He had to reach Tenzo. When he finally arrived at the temple, he fell to his knees. "Please," he begged Tenzo, "come to our village, speak to our people, give them peace. You are our only hope." Tenzo's heart filled with terror. This was exactly what he had feared for 20 years. A moment when people truly needed him. A moment when failure would mean real suffering. His mind flooded with doubts. What if he said the wrong thing? What if his words made things worse? What if he could not help them? What if he failed when people needed him most? "I cannot," he whispered, his voice shaking. "Send someone else. I am not ready." The old man looked at him with desperate eyes. "There is no one else," he said. "The other monks have tried. The doctors have tried. You are the only one left. If you do not come, our people will die in despair." Tenzo felt the weight of the world on his shoulders. Everything he had feared was coming true. The next morning, Tenzo began the long walk down the mountain. Each step felt heavy. His mind was a storm of worry and fear. "I will fail," he thought. "I do not know enough. I will say the wrong thing. I will let them down." But he kept walking. When he reached the village, hundreds of people were waiting. They sat in the town square, weak and afraid. When they saw Tenzo, their faces filled with hope. They looked at him like he was their savior. Tenzo stood before them, his heart pounding. The crowd was silent, waiting for his words of wisdom. But no words came. His mind was screaming with fear. All his knowledge, all his years of study seemed to disappear. He felt empty. He felt like a fraud. Then, in that moment of complete terror, something shifted. Tenzo realized the truth. His biggest enemy was not his lack of knowledge. It was not the sick people. It was not even death itself. It was the voice in his head. The voice that had kept him trapped in his temple for 20 years. He took a deep breath and looked at the faces before him. Real people, real suffering, real hope. "My friends," he said softly, "I do not have all the answers. I do not have magic words to take away your pain,
But I have something else." He paused, feeling his heart open. "I have a heart that cares for you. I have hands that can hold yours. I have ears that can listen to your fears." He spoke simply. He spoke from his heart. He told them about compassion, about love, about finding peace even in suffering. He told them that being afraid was human, that feeling lost was normal, that they were not alone. The people listened. They felt something they had lost, hope. They felt something they had forgotten, love. Many were healed that day, not by magic, but by feeling less alone. Not by perfect words, but by a heart that truly cared. That day, Tenzo learned what it had taken him 20 years to understand. The biggest obstacle he would ever face was not outside him. It was inside him. It was his own mind. His mind had built a prison of fear and called it wisdom. His mind had created walls and called them protection. His mind had whispered lies and called them truth.
You see, in life, we all have people to help. We all have gifts to share. We all have moments when others need us. But first, we must face the voice inside our heads. This voice tells us we are not good enough. This voice tells us we will fail. This voice tells us to wait, to prepare more, to be perfect before we try. This voice seems to protect us, but it traps us. It keeps us hiding when we should be helping. It keeps us preparing when we should be doing. It keeps us safe when we should be brave. The truth is simple but powerful. You already have what you need. Your heart knows what to do. Your biggest battle is not with the world around you. It is with the fears you create in your own mind. When you stop fighting your fears and start accepting them, you become free. Free to act with love. Free to help others. Free to be imperfect and still be valuable. Your mind can be your greatest friend or your greatest enemy. The choice is yours. Do not let fear of failing stop you from trying. Do not let fear of being imperfect stop you from being helpful. Do not let fear of not knowing everything stop you from sharing what you do know. The world is waiting for your gifts. Your heart is ready to give them. The only question is, will you let your mind keep you hiding? Remember this truth and remember it well. The biggest obstacle you will ever face is your own mind. But when you see this truth clearly, when you understand it deeply, you become free. Free to fail, free to try, free to be beautifully, perfectly imperfect. The mountain is steep, but the view from the top is worth every step. Your mind is the mountain. Your courage is the path. Start climbing.